Hello, I'm Pat Rogers, Senior Warden of St. Luke's. Jesus said that where our money is, there our heart is also. He said our heart follows our money. But I think the reverse is also true. Our money follows our heart. We use our money for the things that are close to our hearts, maybe projects that are important, or education, and certainly our homes and families. And that's why so many of us make an annual pledge of financial support to St. Luke's, because it's close to our hearts. Over the past few weeks, a number of parishioners have come to weekend services and spoken on videotape to tell us how much St. Luke's means to them and why they feel called to contribute to its support. We've heard about worship services, outreach, activities for kids and young people, fellowship, the whole gamut of activities that characterize our life together. And we've heard from older people, younger people, men, women, longtime members, people who have been here a few years, and relatively new arrivals, kind of evidence that people, all sorts and conditions of people find a home at St. Luke's. I was shocked recently to realize that Pete and I have been coming here for a full generation. When we first came, our daughter was 2.5 years old, and now her daughter is about the same age. I couldn't begin to list all the ways that St. Luke's has been important in our lives over that time. Two things stand out for me, though, and one is that this is a safe place in which to ask questions and explore your faith, and also that it's a place where whatever you're going through, you're not alone. I often refer to St. Luke's as our other family. And beyond my personal attachment to St. Luke's, I think this community has a role to play in this corner of Maryland and in the diocese, a role of fellowship, of leadership. So I think it's clear that for Pete and me, St. Luke's is a very important part of our lives. And that's why we've always made a pledge of financial support. In some lean years, that pledge wasn't very large, but we still wanted to commit to supporting St. Luke's. And then later, as our financial situation improved, we were able to increase our pledge. As the active stage of this year's annual giving campaign comes to a close, St. Luke's has received a little over 60% of the pledges we would expect to receive, and a little over 60% of the target amounts. So we are well on our way. To all the parishioners who made a pledge, I want to say a heartfelt thank you from those of us who are charged with overseeing the financial health of the parish, that is the annual giving team, the vestry, and the staff. But the fact that we're now ending our focus on annual giving doesn't mean it's too late to pledge. Far from it. To all the parishioners who haven't yet gotten around to making a pledge, I want to remind you that we won't actually close the books on this campaign until January, and we're certainly happy to continue receiving pledges. When we report the final tallies to the congregation, I hope it will be possible for us to say that we did reach our goals. Finally, on behalf of the entire congregation, I want to thank the annual giving team. This was a group of dedicated parishioners who worked hard and prayerfully to make sure that this year's campaign would be informative and that pledging would be as easy as possible. And to all who spoke in our services and on videotape with such sincere and personal messages, I want to say what we so often have reason to say at St. Luke's: thank you for sharing with us.